Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jay Sin, coming back with another one, man. But I got a quick message for y'all. Listen, man, I want y'all to understand that in life, right? Sometimes you give people power, okay? You give people power without even knowing that you giving them power over something in your life. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that knowingly or unknowingly, you got to understand sometimes that can be used against you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you give people power over you in any type of way, you kind of put yourself in a situation where when things don't go their way, they will use that power that you gave them against you. They will use that power that you gave them to stop you. They will use that power that you gave them, right, to pretty much hinder you and hold you back, hold you down. You know what I mean? And not in a good way when I say hold you down. So you got to be careful who you giving power to in any type of way. Like I said, sometimes people do it unknowingly. Sometimes people know they doing it because they trust that person. They love that person. You know what I mean? They care about that person. They cool with that person. But a lot of the times, man, that shit can work against you. That shit could be used against you to where it's like, damn. You know what I mean? So really, you have to figure out a way when you start to spot certain things. You got to figure out a way to strip that power back and take it from them. I don't care if it's by not giving a fuck. Sometimes they'll be like, yo, sometimes you just can't give a fuck. Because when you display that you give a fuck or you care about something or something is getting to you, they know they got the power over you. So sometimes you're going to have to deal with yourself and be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They can have that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even in these relationships, like I said, when you give these women a lot of power over you and, you know, you pretty much do it out of love and care and all that other BS and sometimes not even knowing, listen, they use that against you. When a lot of the times when women see you weak for something, that gets used against you. So it's up to you to be strong. It's up to you to strip them of that power and not give a fuck and be like, you know what, this ain't happening. This ain't going down. You're going to have to do that at some point, even with friends that think that they could just pop up at your house or talk to you any type of way or, you know what I mean? Just use you for certain things. You got to strip them of that power, you know, because a lot of y'all was doing things out of the kindness of your heart because you were a good person. You were chosen one. You was raised right, whatever the reason why. And you trusted people with certain things. But guess what? You know, that person that you put that trust in and gave that power to might not be legit. And it happens all the time. It ain't no reason to feel bad about it. But it's all about being aware. I talk about awareness all the time. You got to be aware when something ain't right. You know, you got to get those, you get spidey senses, you know, in your gut. You had this feeling. A lot of y'all do a lot of things out of energy. You feed off energy. You feel energy. You know energy very well. So when you get that knock, at your conscience, you got to know that, hey, you know what? My spidey sense is going off. Something ain't right about this. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. I got to do something. And you got to know how to figure these things out and then put a plan into action. Because once you give people a certain power over you, you got most people will take advantage of it. You got a few good people in this world that won't, but you know, a lot of the times when people don't get their way, or they trying to manipulate you in certain ways to get you to do something. You know what I mean? They will use that power, man. And, you know, it's never a good thing. And a lot of times it hurt when you figure that shit out. It hurt, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because you was being a good person. You was the one that was being genuine about the shit. And then that person took total advantage of it when they didn't get their way. You know what I'm saying? And this shit happens all the time. It's happened in my life. I'm sure it's happened to some of y'all. And it's all about being aware and figuring out how to strip that power away so you can be okay with yourself, so you can, you know, move forward in life and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's not right either way it go. But you got to know that when that shit do go down too, you can't trust them like you used to. All right? You cannot trust them like you once did, because you saw what it did to them. You saw how they tried to manipulate you. You saw how they tried to use you. You saw how they switched up when they didn't get their way. And when you see shit like that, man, it ain't no going back. It ain't no going back. You fix that situation and get yourself situated, right? And then you never do that shit again. You never do that shit again, ever. Ever. Because I guarantee you, I don't care how big or small, right? You gonna look at them different. You gonna see them different. You know, you gonna still have love for them, but you gonna be careful with your love. You gonna be careful with that shit. You're not gonna be so quick to give anybody else, depending on how bad you was hurt and how bad you got did, you probably gonna be careful with your power and your energy from then on out. And really, man, when you think about it, we should have been like that in the first place, but you got a lot of naive people. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't know no better. And that's not your fault. That's not my fault. A lot of us have to go through these things in order for us to grow and learn. A lot of us got to go through this shit to grow and learn, so we don't make those mistakes again, man. That's what life is about. We make these mistakes, we learn from them, and we move forward. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be careful with our power and energy. We can't be giving people power over us like that. You know what I'm saying? To where they can manipulate you and shit and try to use that shit against you. You know, you got women, man, when they see you a sucker for sex, guess what? They gonna use that shit. They gonna bait your ass with it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bait you with it. And when they want something, they gonna use that. They gonna give you that sex. When they don't get their way, they guess what? They gonna take that from you because you gave them that power and you showed them how weak you was for that. You know what I'm saying? You showed them how weak you was for that shit. You know, so you got to be careful with this shit, man. This shit is real. And with money, y'all already know how that shit go. Money is the root of all evil. So people will go a great distance to get that from you. Money will make people do some of the most uncharacteristic things they ever done in their life. So you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful all around, man. Y'all always see me do that, man. It's a lot of things that we got to learn in this life. There's a lot of shit that come with living. You know what I'm saying? And learning and elevating. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. It's a lot of things that come with it. But the thing that make you special and I special is that we up for the challenge. We could have this conversation and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We can have these conversations and talk about it and maneuver how we need to and learn from it and then go from there. It's a lot of people that can't do it. They won't do it. They refuse to. They're going to keep allowing themselves to be used, and they're going to keep giving power to these men. These men going to keep giving power to these women. And guess what? They going to keep getting ran over because they not seeing the red flags in it. They don't want to. They refuse to. But you can't glow up that way. You know, steady getting hurt, steady getting the same things happening to you all the time. You just keep getting used. You keep getting bamboozled. You keep getting bopped over the fucking head. Who want to live like that? That's like a kid that just refused to learn a lesson. You know what I mean? Just grown. You see it. You see it. Y'all got a lot of family like that. Y'all got a lot of friends like that. You know what I mean? We all do. We all do. But us as individuals got to fucking learn too. So that's all I want to share with y'all in this message, man. Be careful who you give your power to. Because sometimes, listen, man, you gotta keep an eye out. Because, you know, unknowingly we do it, knowingly we do it. You know, we display weaknesses to people and people try to take advantage of that. So you gotta be careful. And when you notice some shit, listen, know how, start planning, right? And figure out how you gonna take that power back. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, you know what, I don't give a fuck, or I'm gonna work on this because I'm stopping this shit today. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's just putting a stop to something. And you gotta strip that power back. You gotta strip that energy back. Sometimes it takes you not giving any energy at all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes that. You know what, I ain't giving that shit none of my energy. You get no more of this energy. You cut the fuck off. You might have to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about recognizing, man. And that's my word, man. My name JC and Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace. First, I'ma get on my grind. Then second, stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get